Man United have 4 players who show the Glazers and Ed Woodward have failed the club. At the current moment in time, Manchester United are a mess. Saturday's chastening 4-0 defeat to Brighton was a new low, with the Red Devils played off the pitch. And 4 players on it were also unleashed from the start when the club lost by the same scoreline to Everton in April 2019, suggesting the Glazers and Ed Woodward have failed to rebuild sufficiently in recent years. Saturday was a horrendous day at the office for United, who were outplayed, outran and outthought by Graham Potter's superb Brighton side. Moises Caicedo put the hosts in front, with the Ecuador international's shot sailing past David De Gea and into the net. And things didn't improve from there on, with further goals from Marc Cucurella, Pascal Gross and Leandro Trossard consigning United to an 11th Premier League defeat of the season. Nobody stood out in red on the day. Yet it's worth noting that 4 of the players in Ralf Rangnick's team were deployed from the start when the club lost by the same scoreline to Everton 3 years ago. Then, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was manager after being given the keys to the club permanently following a successful run as interim boss. Erik ten Hag, Man United's 25-man squad for next season with 6 signings, but the Red Devils slumped to a nightmare defeat at Goodison Park, with Richarlison, Gylfi Sigurdsson, Lucas Digne and Theo Walcott all on target. David De Gea was in goal for United that day, with Victor Lindelof and Diogo Dalot deployed at full back. And Nemanja Matic was also involved in both matches too, while Scott McTominay made it off the bench against Everton. It speaks volumes that, 3 years on, United are still suffering such alarming results. In fact, it's debatable the defeat to Brighton was even worse, with players devoid of hunger, imagination and an appetite to win the game. The Glazers have spent plenty of money, there's no denying that. Don't miss Ten Hag's 10 transfer targets at Man United explained. Anthony comments suggest Ten Hag reunion at Man United is possible. Man United have 5 players who can be amazing under Ten Hag. United have splurged over £1 billion since the retirement of Sir Alex Ferguson in 2013, with hits and misses along the way. But Woodward and the American owners have contributed majorly to the current mess the club find themselves in. That 4 members of the squad who were so dire against Everton were started against Brighton means they've not completed the rebuild they embarked on when Solskjaer took charge. Sure, the Norwegian spent more money than any manager since Ferguson's retirement. Also, he didn't do anywhere near enough to win the Premier League title. As Jamie Carragher recently put it, he was never going to better Pep Guardiola or Jurgen Klopp in a race for the crown. But the fact 4 starters of 3 years ago are still getting into the side now is particularly damning. Think you know sport? Test your sporting knowledge with our tricky quiz. Solskjaer stressed he needed time and patience in order to get United scaling the heights they regularly used to occupy when Ferguson was in the dugout. Yet United, for all their investment, still needed more. With the last rebuild left unfinished, it remains to be seen whether the new one will be as well. Erik ten Hag will be the new manager of United this summer, with the 52-year-old primed to take over from Rangnick. And he'll need big investment to make the club competitive again, while also trying to usurp both City and Liverpool. As the Brighton defeat shows, it will be no easy task. Want the latest football news? Join our brand new Facebook group by clicking here. But Rangnick, speaking after the defeat at the Amex Stadium over the weekend, did insist fans have reason to be optimistic about the future. This has to be done at the end of the season, he said when asked about a rebuild. I'm still very positive that with Erik ten Hag we have a top manager next season, and I'm also pretty sure the board has already made some changes and there will be more changes to come in the summer. I'm still positive that we can change the whole issue and show a completely different face next season, and this is important, not only for our fans, but also for the image of the whole club. If there is one good thing that we realize, it's that there is a lot of space for improvement and that we need some changes.